Hello, I'm Rifa Nanziba and I'm from Bangladesh. Currently, I'm doing my master's in environment management from Independent University, Bangladesh. So I can say I'm very passionate about wildlife, and due to that, I am very invested into creating wildlife awareness, wildlife research, and advocacy. As I mentioned before, I try to create awareness about biodiversity crisis, wildlife and wildlife related issues. And for that, I have started a social media platform campaign named Bruno. Bruno's mission is to reduce knowledge gap on wildlife and wildlife related issues among youth and kids of my country. I am also involved with many organizations as a member like Global Youth Biodiversity Network, UNEP Major Group of Children and Youth, IUCN Specialist Group, and so on to work and advocate for the biodiversity alongside them. I also teach children science from remote areas of Bangladesh under a US non-profit organization where I also try to educate the kids about the environment and wildlife protection, and obviously how they can coexist as they are the one who live next to wildlife and nature. Moreover, I also am doing research. In my bachelor thesis, I tried to find out the current situation of squirrels in Bangladesh in terms of research policy. Also, I included wildlife management, human dimension, human-wildlife conflict, and so on. In my master's thesis, I am working on human dimension of rural areas farmers of Bangladesh towards squirrels, which can lead to human-squirrel conflict. This is actually a qualitative research. So yeah, I am working on squirrel right now, which is unfortunately highly understudied in Bangladesh. Even though these animals are considered as crop pest and face conflict with farmers in Bangladesh. But in future, I want to work on human-wildlife conflict and its mitigation. And I'm hoping to continue my higher education on this topic if possible. I can say every stakeholder like government, NGO, citizen, media, and so on play a very important role for biodiversity. So yes, citizen can work for biodiversity from their side in many ways. For example, firstly, a citizen needs to understand they also have responsibility towards biodiversity. And biodiversity is not just source of resources for their consumption. They can simply care about nature genuinely. So this kind of understanding and caring comes from an individual's mindset towards biodiversity. However, someone's mindset do not shape in one day. So parents should help their children to build their relationship with nature, as well as they can aware their kids about biodiversity related problems and involve them in the voluntary activities from their very young age. That will help that area's biodiversity like wildlife, plants, stray animals, and so on. This will also help their kids too. Youth also should involve themselves in biodiversity related projects and activities. From all of this, they will become the nature's and biodiversity's protector in future instead of becoming their destroyers. So citizens need to aware themselves about the issues related with biodiversity. Because of that self-awareness, they can bring positive impact by engaging themselves in those issues and the solutions. For example, awareing other people, like other citizens who do not know much about these issues, raising citizens' voice as much as possible for these biodiversity related issues and solutions in their area or country, to create pressure on government or local political leaders to solve those issues. They can help financially too by donating money to the biodiversity related projects or programs or activities. So then we all know a country or province have laws or policies to protect their biodiversity. A citizen must respect and follow those laws properly. So these are just some examples. There are many work a citizen can do to protect their biodiversity. I can say a civic movement can play a vital role in solving biodiversity crisis. Here, a civic movement actually means citizens' collective participation in a movement to solve any issues for their betterment of their community. So, as I said before, citizens can stand together to show their support towards biodiversity. More or less, every country face biodiversity crisis. Here, civic movement can create pressures on the authority in solving the biodiversity crisis of that community. Or even sometimes with this kind of movement, citizens work together along with other stakeholders. Example, maybe in a community, poachers are killing or catching biodiversity illegally. So the citizens are also can involve themselves to protect their biodiversity by informing law enforcement authority whenever they notice any incidents, or even they can involve themselves by patrolling the incident prone area where poachers can catch or kill biodiversity. So biodiversity crisis actually cannot be solved by one party, whereas everyone's collective effort can only make positive change. So it actually starts with you. So thank you everyone. I hope you enjoy my lecture.